Hi folks, Ian here. Sorry I can't be with you this week. I'm sure you're having a great time. Just thought we'd put together a little video just showing our work in Dominica with the mountain chickens and the breeding of live food, just to give you a bit of a feel for the place.
Okay, the mountain chicken, or the crapo, locally known here as the crapo, is the largest amphibian species on island, and actually is the second largest amphibian species in the world globally. So it is important that we do what we're doing in terms of conserving the species, protecting the species. The other thing is, it is the national dish. Traditionally, culturally, this animal is very important to us, and we have to do all that we need to do to protect the species. So behind me is a breeding facility that has been set up. We've done quite a bit of work here to begin a captive breeding program for that species.
We've got 7 different enclosures for the frogs. Some of them have got frogs in already, some of them are empty still. And we've got 2 live food rooms at the other end of the facility, one for cave crickets and one for field crickets.
Those of you who already have mountain chickens will know that they have absolutely massive appetites. 3 years ago we started the first cricket cultures, and in the last 6 months Jenny has upscaled the operation massively. As well as 2 cricket species, we've also got large cultures of glabrous cockroaches. Training of local forestry staff is a huge part of what Jenny does in Dominica, and she really has done an amazing job. As a Darwin Initiative project, the involvement of local specialists is absolutely paramount, and without them, the project simply wouldn't function.
This is the Dominican, should I say, engagement, involvement in this whole conservation project for the crapo, the mountain chickens. And that's what we're doing here. We're a different dimension in that we're attempting to breed the crapos in captivity so that we can sustain the species. Outside of the animals doing what they should do naturally in the wild, we're here involved in assisting the species. So there's human intervention here in assisting the species so that we can see crapos in the near future, and generations to come will have crapos.
So we hadn't actually seen any mountain chickens on Dominica for 3 years, and early this year we were all set to bring in captive bred frogs from the ex situ component of the project. And then in June, much to Jenny's surprise, she heard a male calling literally in her backyard. We now have 3 frogs in the facility, 2 males and a female, thanks to intensive searches conducted by Jenny and her team. Another female, in fact the first animal found in June, sadly died of a heavy chytrid infection. This of course confirms the fact that the disease is still a huge threat on Dominica, and in particular to the few remaining mountain chickens. But it's not all doom and gloom, and Jenny has found several locations that still have frogs. And here you can see a male in breeding condition. Note the black spur just on his foot there. Disease monitoring has always been an important part of the project, and here you can see the molecular lab constructed in 2005.
What we do here basically is, of course, swabs are brought in from the forestry division, taken from mountain chickens or other frogs that are swabbed, and we basically diagnose, extract DNA, run gels, to determine whether or not those animals are infected with the chytrid fungus. Also importantly though, since that we're now constructed this captive breeding facility, the lab basically is a capacity now for us to be able to diagnose and monitor the animals that are in captivity for breeding, to determine whether or not they are positive or negative, and basically determine what type of treatment that need to be followed.
Back in the field, we've got even more good news. Last month, Jenny and Andrew Cunningham found this young frog about an inch in length, showing us we still have animals breeding. Ben Tapley, formerly at Dorrell with Gerardo, headed off to Dominica yesterday to replace Jenny. So we've got all our fingers and toes crossed that within the next 12 months, we might be able to achieve some breeding success in the facility in Roseau.